Texans win the toss. They're going to kick
Chiefs,
off.
we think, start with the ball.
Alrighty. All right. We are about to pop up here. Welcome in to Holladay Distillery, guys. If you can hear us, I'm Haley Lewis. This is Josh Briscoe joining me today. If you didn't know, the Chiefs have a game. If you didn't know, it's important, relatively important here as we get the divisional round going in what, a couple minutes, couple seconds?
It feels like the season is actually starting now.
It does.
That comes from an incredible place of privilege, right? Where the Chiefs can play a 17-game preseason in a lot of ways. Well, they got their business handled through that regular season. Now the games matter, and I feel pretty good about it.
I think, honestly, it is a privilege to be able to wait until the end of January to get your season rolling. But it's also maybe an assumption. Is that the worst thing to say? That's showing a little more of my silver spoonness.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just knowing that this is coming, it's what's been coming every single season since Patrick Mahomes took over as a starting quarterback. Actually, the worst that Patrick Mahomes has ever done is gone to an AFC championship and lost. What a loser.
He's never lost this game. The game we're about to watch is a game that Patrick Mahomes has never failed in. He's made it every single time. It really is the kind of thing that breaks your brain if you think about it too hard. The good news is it's breaking your brain in a good way if you're a Chiefs fan.
Yep, exciting times as Kansas City's getting underway right here. We're witnessing the kickoff. We're going to be watching the game with you, so it's not going to be such a formal broadcast. We're just more going to be having fun. What a way to start. All right, looks like Kansas City was able to jump on the ball after it was loose. Josh, I don't know if you saw that, but when he came down, was he down?
I think that might have been a fumble, and I tell you what, that's Nico Remigio, man.
It did look like Kansas City was able to jump on top of it.
I think so.
All right, it's Kansas City's ball. Very exciting. Obviously, if you didn't know, the Texans won the coin toss, so that means Kansas City would be on the field coming here first. So an exciting one. That means the Texans will open the second half, of course, with the ball again.
That ball was out.
Yeah, that was a free ball.
That ball was very much out. That's been Nico Remigio since he's kind of taken over this role after Hartman's injury. He's had some big moments, and he has had some ball control issues. This was both an incredible start that almost turned into disaster.
Ooh.
Who's out at the bottom there?
I can't see.
Ryan, maybe?
I think that's what's hard. I wonder if people here in the chat can let us know.
Oh, I just realized I'm not going to be able to hear Troy Aikman all day.
No, you're not. Or Joe Buck.
I like Joe Buck just fine.
See, now here's the thing.
No comment on anybody else.
People can give me a little bit of this. Why does everyone hate Joe Buck so much?
Royals, Giants, World Series, Madison Bumgarner. It's an old wound. I understand why you have it.
It's just salt in the wound.
It was Samaje Perine, by the way, and the Chiefs get to start the game at the 13.
Wow,
Good
incredible.
Start.
Great way to go off. Also, the thing that's been kind of picking at me through this one is guys like DeAndre Hopkins we see here, Justin Reed, even Charles Omenihu, who used to play for the Texans, now facing that former team.
Isaiah Pacheco getting the first carry there is a little surprising to me. I thought we'd probably see a little more Kareem Hunt today. We still might, but Pacheco's got the first carry.
I think what's great about this is that they're completely healthy at the right time, right?
Yes.
They have their arsenal. Mahomes has his pick of anyone outside of Rashee Rice.
Right, which is a fair way of framing it. It's insane.
Ooh! All right, 3rd and 11. Not great. Not great.
I don't want to besmirch anybody in particular. It's very early. I think my little sister may be within the sound of my voice right now, and it's her favorite player. But you've got two plays that went to Isaiah Pacheco there that resulted in -1 yard. Not great.
Josh,
Key right in on 3rd down here.
Not to distract you from
Please
what's going on. Are you wearing a Canadian tuxedo?
I'm not, although Patrick Mahomes was today.
Close, but no cigar.
Brown pants. That might have been catchable, but I was far out of the back corner there. Hollywood couldn't get it.
What's surprising, though, to see, you mentioned it, Pacheco there, back-to-back snaps. I would have thought we would have seen Kareem more in the first quarter here, and then maybe a little more of that rotation as they got down the stretch.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised by that too. Now we see Harrison Butker coming off of knee surgery, been a little winky wonky, 32 yards out. This should be a shoo-in for him.
Yes.
Is it? All right, through the uprights.
So far, so good there. And I'm guessing they stuck with their plan, whatever they had ahead of time. But it is weird, obviously, to start the game in the red zone as they did. So, but I will say, even on that note,
okay, another example of something that would never happen on an Andy Reid sideline.
Unless you're Travis Kelce.
I was about to walk it back as much as it came out. Right when I said it, I was like, but the one time Travis Kelce got right in it. But you know what? And I think that's also says a lot about their relationship. I know now we're not going to dig up old wounds. That's something that a lot of people have felt a certain way about. But as long as the two people involved are good with it, I'm fine with it.
Eric Bieniemy had those interactions. What we just saw from the Texans, there was a special teamer shoving the special teams coach after the big return. That's not great. That's not a great sign.
Well, I'm confused.
But it's also a very intense moment. It's the playoffs.
Absolutely. But what exactly could you blame on your coach in that moment?
I don't know. That's a great question. I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure if there's execution problems or something schematic, but it was a great return from Remigio. It gave him 3 points. Right. That's a 3-point return from Nico because nothing offensively worked there, which is concerning. Another great thing about Remigio is the fact that, remember back to training camp, I mean, I feel like that's 10 years ago, but also yesterday. Yes. We heard Dave Toub, special teams coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, talking about so highly about Nico Remigio, how much he wanted him to make the team, how excited he was for him to potentially be able to get on the squad. He didn't make the initial 53-man roster. Yep. But to see Kansas City being able to elevate him, bring him up off the practice squad, and then do what they've been able to do. We're talking about Nico Remigio, how he's continued to kind of come up down the stretch as a good guy in the clutch.
Well, I wonder.
But has ball handling issues, per se.
Yeah, I wonder how much, as I'm watching that drive, how much starting in the red zone messes with your opening script.
We just theorized about that.
How much does that matter?
You surprised to see Pacheco the first two plays?
Yeah, that
Pacheco
was weird.
run, Pacheco pass is not how I thought that was going to go.
That was odd.
But they started the drive with a 13 or whatever, so it is kind of weird.
I'm not putting a ton of stock.
Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, I was about to
The
say.
bar.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You guys
Do you have to say, like, I know Tucker Franklin?
No,
or how does that?
you're good. You can just say, yeah. If you say, I know Tucker Franklin, they give you a tourist bike. That's how.
That is the order.
That
That
is how it works.
All right, so
Do you want to tap in? You want to tag in?
If you want to go grab a drink, I'll watch with Haley
Come
for a
on
little
in.
bit.
all right, so 3-0 with 13:58 the
They have
first
the
quarter.
seeds up
I'm going to
there.
also see if my wife wants to drink because I'm
That's
learning.
a good idea.
I'm learning.
Smart man. What were you pointing out?
They have the seeds by the score bug. If anyone's watching this on ESPN.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I've never noticed that before. Because they always do these new score bugs during
I
the
know,
playoffs,
and they
too.
try them out, and that's when they
Uh-huh.
kind of like try to see what the lower third's going to be.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind. I like the seating. I like being able to see that.
I agree. I like that as well. You usually have it for like college games, you know.
True.
So I mean, it makes sense.
I also like how the touchdowns are stacked upon each other, or touchdowns, timeouts are stacked upon each other, rather than the thin little sliver at the bottom that I can't tell if it's a white line or actually a
lot of the
timeout.
college ones have them stacked like that.
Yeah.
So like that makes a whole lot of sense. Tara came over to me and asked why was somebody got pushed. Oh, I got flung his
So this was the special teams. It looks like
Oh, this guy right here.
the coach.
Whoa!
So what I said before I opened up my mouth before thinking was talking about you would never see that on an Andy Reid sideline, and then everyone goes, unless you're Travis Kelce. Of course, our comments filled up that as well. That was me putting my foot in my mouth before I thought that one through. But that's going to be something
that's crazy.
definitely worth a discussion later on. Now we get to see our first taste of C.J. Stroud, and of course, Mixon here, who was questionable.
Yeah.
But not listed with the inactives before we got this one going. All right, guys, if you're watching, let us know where you're watching. We are at Holladay Distillery, so we are up in Weston. Holladay Distillery is also one of our big sponsors here on the Kansas City Sports Network. So if you guys are watching, I always love to know where are you at? Where are you watching? Who are you watching with? How are you calm enough to be typing right now? All those things. Let us know. We always love to read your guys' comments here. Jumping in the chat as well. Watching from St. Louis. All right.
There's a big article this week about St. Louis Chiefs fans. I don't know if you saw it.
Really now?
Yep. Big column. It said St. Louis fans can't be Chiefs fans.
Wait.
100%. 100%.
Dive into that a little more.
Yep. No, he said that there's a columnist from I don't remember who it was. I have to look it up. But basically writing a column about Kansas City and St. Louis are rivals. So, like, why are you a Chiefs fan?
I follow. I mean,
and I understand.
It depends on how long you've been in St. Louis.
And I also understand the fact that, like, Clark Hunt voted for them to leave and everything. That's how people are mad.
Yeah.
Oh, deep ball.
Ooh, and we got Brian Cook on that.
Schultz on that deep ball.
Oh. He wants calling for a flag?
So he wants a flag for the hip drop tackle there. That's what he wants it for. Yeah.
All right, we got people tuning in from Minneapolis, San Antonio. Oh, I got family in San Antonio. Also, I was in St. Louis 10 years, ... Untrue.
See, I mean, David, I'm just telling you what the newspaper themselves wrote.
Destin, Florida. Okay, we got a lot of people watching from fun places.
Super nice. Love Destin.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying Destin, Florida. Right now it is 25 degrees.
Very cold.
25 degrees here in Kansas City. They're saying it feels like 4 with the wind chill.
Is McDuffie out there? I see Najee Johnson and Jalen Watson. Have I missed that?
How long was that reception?
Probably, did you get one?
It probably was over 16 and a half yards.
If you guys are looking at what BJ's looking at, we have our underdog pick'ems right below in the lower third there that you guys can see.
That's one. I'm just going to join.
Oh, you don't hop on in.
Come say hello.
BJ Kissel in the house.
McDuffie's in the tent, they just said.
He ran off holding his shoulder.
I didn't see him run off.
I didn't either.
It was that tackle on the throw to the flat.
Oh.
He came up. It looked like a stinger.
Okay.
He was running like this. His arm was still. He just made a tackle.
All right. Let me just see if we got anything from the Twitterverse. Shoot.
It's his left.
Yeah, never good.
All right. Okay.
It's probably a stinger.
Probably a stinger.
All right. Well, that looks good.
Stingers
Shaking
never
it
make me
off.
feel better either. This always looks terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been the storyline though all week. Has been the secondary. And it's been Jalen Watson. Is he going to be back in time? You hope nothing happens to McDuffie, the guy that they've been leaning on since Steve left. Well, the Texans having no issue moving it down the field. How are you guys feeling about it so far? 40 degrees, freeze alerts in Destin, Florida. Oof. All right, I take my comment back. It's a little bit chilly. All right, we need to stop. There we go.
Second down. Right now, this is, as we know, this is the end of the field.
All right, here comes McDuffie. Nice. Did you ever get into the hoopla of 23 days of rest, 24 days of rest? No?
I don't. You guys have been playing football for a very long time.
Yeah. I think they know what to do with their routine with themselves. Nice. All right. Well, there's the guy who had to leave. Looked like a little shoulder stinger earlier on. Nice.
Come on.
I remember the first time I ever talked to McDuffie after his rookie season. They won the AFC Championship game, and they were on the way to the Super Bowl. And I asked him, I was like, did you ever think your rookie season you'd be here? And I remember point blank he went, yeah, I expected this.
Yeah.
I love the confidence.
Nice.
Little George Karlaftis.
Showing some hustle.
The defense has been so strong.
Is he limping?
Don't say that. Oh.
Ah, he is.
All right, we got a CJ Stroud limping. Woo!
Put McDuffie on an island.
We actually have a lot of people from Washington all over. We got Minneapolis, San Antonio, Destin, the Dot.
That's not too far. We're just in Weston, hanging out. Shout out Holladay Distillery for so gracious letting us come up and hang out again. This place is awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I feel like every time we come here, it's always a good crowd, good drinks, good food, fun time.
Yeah, it's good people watching Dynasty and
Yeah. You know, so you did you just say Dynasty? Is that what you said?
yeah.
So I think it's interesting, and maybe this is just a psychological thing, how the team says, maybe not necessarily the truth, but how they never say words in the locker room like three-peat, Dynasty, different things like that.
Yeah.
Do you believe it?
That they don't talk about it?
No, they don't talk about it at all.
No, I don't. I believe that they don't talk about those things.
I do too.
I get so focused on like the day-to-day that the big picture stuff kind of gets lost.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're not aware of it, like they're making it a thing. It's just not in the day-to-day conversations because they're worried about their practice or the next meeting or the next thing they have going on. But I don't think it's lost on any of them that they're 3 wins away from being immortalized in NFL history.
Yeah.
All of them.
Do you think if Patrick Mahomes three-peats, does he surpass Brady in the GOAT conversation because of what he's been able to do so quickly early on in his career?
Down the road, if he has the same number of Super Bowls but has the three-peat, but Brady doesn't,
Then so?
maybe that helps the argument.
Okay.
But Brady won the head-to-head.
Yeah, he did.
That's why I was so annoyed after Tampa Bay. Is my whole thing was like, he's going to go get his Super Bowls. We're going to be fine. But that conversation is going to be Brady won the head-to-head. And he's right. Like, they played twice head-to-head in the playoffs, and Brady won both.
It's something that's come up this week. A lot of people, obviously, there hasn't really been much to talk about because there hasn't been much to poke holes in, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But national media, has been coming up with different storylines, myself included, of things to think about, and that's been one that's kind of been floated around, which makes sense. I mean, I agree with you. Super Bowl 55 would have been the time to win that conversation, and unfortunately, it didn't happen. So we'll have to see.
Statistically, he's going to have it, like all of the metrics, playoff performances, numbers in the playoffs, all that stuff. I mean, we're biased. We're going to say he's the best. But I understand the argument. It's a fun argument.
All right, we got someone in Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Brett Coleman, thank you.
Soft red, there you go.
I'm surprised you still have some left. I figured your teams gave you enough to drink about, Brett, that you would be out of bourbon. But sorry, see you in a few days, buddy.
Dustin, we would have loved to have you here. Totally understand. But yes,
see you next time.
Very happy McDuffie is back in. Nothing too serious. Is that Samaje?
Let's see if we can gain positive yardage on this drive.
There we go. All right, here we go. I also think, just the fact that what happened on the kickoff, where they ended up in the red zone, had to obviously throw off a lot of what they thought they were going to go out there and do. And then, of course,
the first 15 is strange when you're already in the red zone.
Yep.
You kind of have to change some stuff up.
Then again,
so this is probably the normal.
Hopefully, maybe we see the opening drive here.
This is the scripted series we thought we were going to get.
Yep. All right, I think 2024 Mahomes beats Brady, but obviously can't make that game happen. I get that. It is interesting, though, they're feeding Pacheco so early. Josh and I were talking about it. I thought I would have seen a little more Kareem Hunt and then a little more mixture of Pacheco in, but looks like rib injury from against the Steelers not affecting him at all. All right, here's the offensive line. We've all been waiting to figure out what they were going to do. All right, so third down.
This Chiefs offense and some of the struggles that they've had this year, a lot of that due to the injuries and certainly the wide receiver position.
3rd and 3. I don't know about you. I agree with moving out Joe Tooney to the left tackle, putting in Caliendo in his place. I think that you take the line that was able to secure you the 1 seed.
Yeah, you stay with the hot hand. I think they're limited, and we'll see how quickly and how many chunk plays can the Chiefs offense get where Patrick Mahomes has to hold on to the ball and wait for a route to develop. Can they run that part of their offense?
All right.
We'll see. The first matchup, ball's out quick. It's not great. And one thing, Maddie Lane on the KCSN Substack, KCSN.com. Substack is the amount.
Come on, Taylor.
Oh, there's your.
Finish that thought, though.
Oh, I want to see him actually jump. Okay, he's offside. Yeah, Maddie talked about just the defense that Houston runs with a lot of quarters coverage. You may see the screen game get involved for the Chiefs throughout the game. I thought Kareem Hunt in the passing game in the second half. Maybe it's something where they get a couple of screens at the right time.
All right, here we go. Good protection there, but no one. All right, well, here begins the.
All right, let's see what it looked like. I want to see the replay before we know what. I know what social media looks like. I know what social media looks like right
exactly.
now. Did they go after his head, his knees, or was it late?
Okay, now I can see that.
I don't think that's a foul. But if they call it against us, I understand it because they're protecting quarterbacks. I'd understand it on both sides. But thanks.
I agree. Based on what you saw, it looked like he didn't come up high with the helmet, but it looked like that first contact was to the upper chest area. I didn't see anything.
That's great. He did kind of lead with his head, though.
Nice. There's your connection. Playoff Travis Kelce. You know, I'm already preparing myself to hear about that one for a while because that's the play that follows.
We just knew that the next play was going to be a chunk play. You knew there was going to be positive.
Yeah, that's how it works. Did you see that recent video? I think I tweeted it out or reposted it, where a guy from, I can't remember who it was specifically, from ESPN, where he walked through every single penalty on the Chiefs, and he went through how penalized Kansas City was, how they were the most penalized team in the playoffs, how all these different things, and even he went through the time in which the penalties happen, the crucial plays in which they happen on.
Yeah. I think it's what's partly annoying for Chiefs fans is that we watch the entire game, not just catching one thing that's put on social media, and you're a Ravens fan who's not watching the entire game. You just see the clip on social, like, that's BS. We've watched the entire games, and we know it's not affecting the flow or egregious in their direction.
But like with all social media, the one snippet goes viral.
Which is fine. They want to villainize the refs, you know you're doing something wrong.
I mean, honestly, I think that the Chiefs have embraced that narrative. You really do. That. Okay.
Can Keon Coleman make that catch?
The thing I'll say about that, I was talking with Worthy's college coach earlier from Texas, and he was explaining the kid comes up in the most crucial moments with the wildest things you would never expect him to do. with his build, with his frame, with his weight.
Oh, here he goes again.
People didn't have big expectations. Now that sucks. I should probably end my spiel about how good Worthy is, but that catch was unbelievable. Didn't get out to the sideline quick enough. Oh, no. That's tough. I don't think that ball was tipped, was it? To Worthy?
It looked weird coming out. It's why I reacted
the
way that I did. It looked funny coming out of his hand.
I love how. Not great, not great. Man, the red zone issues seem to start figuring themselves out down the stretch of the regular season. But man, here in the beginning of the game, it's not looking good.
These two teams met week 16. Mahomes had the ankle injury, but a big part of this offense is getting in that game.
Now, what's going on with him? That's what I want to know.
Third and goal from the 18. They're in a deep shot.
Oh, did he get? Let me see. That did not look good. All right, here's that Worthy play if you want to rewatch it. So he didn't get the ball. Yeah.
Josh, come back.
Want to join us, Josh?
I'd rather have done it after a touchdown, BJ, if I'm being completely honest.
Listen, you get what you get.
Yeah, I will throw a fit about it, though. This has been whelming, I would say.
Do we have any update on CJ Stroud? Anybody know?
No. The way they were showing it there, it almost looked like he was just keeping his hand warm, but he was kind of bent over.
Okay,
it was a
so that
weird
wasn't
shot,
I gotcha.
He's throwing there on the sideline now. So.
Yeah. All right, as we're looking at the stats here, you can see this,
What's the
right?
run-pass split? Yeah.
What stands out to you?
The first thing is just how much they've run the football and how poorly it seems like they've done it.
Yeah.
Is that?
I don't know.
I'm going to pull up another box score on my phone because -2 rushing net is not super cool on four carries. I guess that's killing a lot of it on that Worthy loss.
Yeah. Which, man, that... Kelsey's usually great at blocking.
I
that
know.
Just was one of those things that didn't work out.
On the replay, it looked like he might have been wanting Worthy to flatten it out a little bit further because Kelsey really got his body in the way. It's a great play by Anderson also. I mean, sometimes great players make great plays, and Anderson's been very good today. 6
plays inside the Houston 20, -11 yards. Not good. Adam Teicher with ESPN. Also, congratulations to Adam Teicher.
The absolute
32
best.
years, one of the greatest guys. I remember my first day in the Chiefs media room. He was a huge, just very welcoming, very nice. You expect him to be an old grumpy man, and he's so nice. And he's the sweetest thing ever.
Lots of people believe that Adam is a grumpy old man, and I would say he is a grumpy old man, and much, much more than that as well. I love Adam.
He's great. And he takes the best blurry pictures ever, and he will prove to you, whoever is at practice is there. Great work ethic, great guy. Sad to see him leave after this year, but understandably so. Enjoy your retirement. So anyway, he's the one who put that.
I'm going to grab my laptop, and I'll be right back.
Perfect. Alrighty. All right, guys, I'll jump in the chat with you here now while Josh is grabbing his laptop. Again, if you don't know where we are, I'm sure you do. We have a bunch of stuff out in front of you. We are at Holladay Distillery up in Weston, Missouri. Myself, Haley Lewis, joined by Josh Briscoe, and we'll have Tucker Franklin, BJ Kissel, a lot of guys also joining me throughout the game to kind of watch, react, and just enjoy the game with you guys as well.
Are you here the whole time? Are you committing to being sitting right there the whole time? I think you should at least I
am a monogamy girl.
Let me and Tucker do the halftime show or something.
Blessings.
Get something, or we'll just mic up Big Boy if we can.
Great. We could enjoy.
You can either watch Big Boy or watch the Big Boys, which is what Tucker and I have been calling ourselves since 2019.
These are true things. Before we get a little analytical, I do want to ask you, roughing the passer. You got to see it a little bit more than I am. I'm trying to watch. Also, be here.
I mean, the good news is that most of the time people complain about penalties. They only remember the fourth quarter, so maybe this will get lost to history. It probably won't. They'll talk about it. It looked. I understand why the ref from the vantage point threw the flag.
For sure. It did look like helmet
by the vantage point of the replays we had, I never really got to see a good one until like the fifth time they went through it.
Yeah.
And it was a sprinkling of pass interference, if anything, or a roughing the passer, if anything. But
definitely,
it happened to turn into 3 points. She's committing to being here. I've already tried to get rid of her.
He has.
We're going to do halftime, I think, maybe, or something.
You're going to support the cast at half.
Haley's committed more than... Oh, okay. We do have a Stroud landing funny here.
There we go.
Okay, so they were looking at his knee. His hand was in his warmer thing.
I thought it was a foot.
They were looking at his knee.
Craig Sir will be joining us during the postgame show. So do not worry, Craig, Maddie Lane as well are going to be joining us during the postgame. Nice.
Trent McDuffie, everybody. Good at football.
Not good enough to be at the Pro Bowl.
No, good point. Good point. But
incredible.
Man, what a corner.
Did you see how much that lost him in his contract? Did you ever dive into that?
Yes, I did.
That was wild.
The Chiefs are going to pay him ahead of time anyway.
Absolutely.
But it's going to hurt his negotiation leverage a little bit because his fifth-year option's a lot lower now.
Because Joe Schmoes don't vote. You know, it's the fan voting that they allow.
Everybody drops the ball in the Pro Bowl. It's a mess. Speaking of a mess, I don't need safeties making most of the tackles in the running game because there's been a lot of that.
Joe
the defense
Mixon,
has been fine, but
if you know a little more on this, wasn't on the injury report all week long. Then all of a sudden we find out on Friday. Well, no, not Friday.
Thursday,
I guess it was Thursday
which feels like a Friday.
Yeah, game day designations came out that he's questionable.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now he's on the field, doing fine, looking good. That would have been such a loss.
Yes.
Obviously for them, but
really both of these teams ended up being healthy.
That's what I was about to say. Both teams are very, very healthy, you know.
Azeez Al-Shaair, the linebacker, is out there. Joe Mixon's out there. So
the two people who had designations are both there. So
yes.
There's Nico Collins, a guy that, we do not need to relive this one. I hope they don't show it. They're watching the Tank Dell injury. Yeah, no. I hate that.
That sucks.
Whew. That mentally, I'm sure, just
they fell out of sync the rest of the game, partially because of the player and they drove the KCFD golf cart thing out there to pick. It's horrible.
The Nico Collins thing, though, Trent McDuffie talked about him earlier this week, just about how he wants to defend the best, go against a guy like him, but just how versatile he is in his route tree as well, what he's able to do. But that's kind of it.
Yeah.
As we're seeing here, Stephon Diggs, ACL torn, out. Tank Dell, ACL, dislocated kneecap, out as well. They're left with Nico Collins as the main guy for their wide receiver core. Oh, God, I'm blanking on the other guy's name.
Robert Woods is out there.
I was about to say,
it's not worth
name right now.
Worrying about too much. I mean, he'll catch some passes probably, but hasn't yet. Xavier Hutchinson had a couple, I believe, in that first matchup. He's got one today, I think. He got a target today.
Oh, man.
There you go. There's a Hutchinson target that should have been a catch. And that's when you start seeing, obviously Chiefs fans are familiar with this, but that's when you start realizing that you've lost your number 1 and number 3 receiver, or however you want to do it, because this is a great throw. That's not a great throw. It's a good throw under pressure. It's a little bit behind Hutchinson. He goes back for it, gets both hands on the ball. You got to have that, and you got to assume that your top 3 receivers are going to bring that in. You're asking more from a depth piece. Chris Roland Wallace doesn't know what's going on here.
I was about to say.
He's blitzing.
Oh, yeah. All right, nice sack there by Stone Cold Jones. You know, that was another thing. Thinking about the rest that he's had. He didn't play against the Steelers. He actually had an injury.
He's actually had a month. It's really been a month for him.
So, tweaked his calf in the fourth quarter against the Texans in Week 16. Took some time off. Didn't play against the Steelers on Christmas Day. Go ahead, jump in.
Chris Jones is coming off the edge. A minute who loops all the way around. They didn't see who was on the interior. right there, you get what you get on 3rd and long. It's why you cannot be 3rd and long against the Chiefs. You get Chris Jones against your right tackle, and that's a bad matchup for anybody.
Now we get Tommy Townsend. This is a guy we wanted to see all day.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I'd love to see him a lot today.
Probably the best in the league. Grice has done a great job for Kansas City. The ball!
Go forward.
You mentioned those issues.
Remigio just took out the kicking net.
I was about to say. But you mentioned the issues of ball handling with him. We see it there. A little bit of a bobble. Definitely makes you nervous.
Yeah, it does. He kind of hesitated there, I guess, just seeing the blocking in front of him.
Oh, wow. He did go into the kicking
really,
net.
and he did not take anyone else down with him.
That's
just
incredible. Have you ever been taken out on the sideline?
Boy, it sounds.
Oh,
if I did, I got concussed. No, I don't think I have. I haven't been on a sideline as often as you. I'm guessing that you have.
It's not great.
Get your head dribbled off the turf or anything.
The worst one I had, actually, I never got hit in the NFL, which thank God. But when I was covering Oregon, I was at a game, and it was Washington, Oregon, and this Washington player came out, and I was in the end zone. This is like when I'm a baby just starting in. He laid me out, and I was like, I will never walk again. Of course, though, I picked myself up like it didn't hurt at all.
No, you have to.
My tights were like ripped up to my side.
I think you want to look disheveled after that happens.
Well, the air just gets knocked out of it, and then you can't breathe. And of course, the training staff came over and was like, "Hey, let's just go in here real quick." And I was like, once I got inside, I was like, I can't breathe.
I'm glad the training staff came to check on you.
Noticed that I was not well.
No, that's good.
Anyway, so stay your distance on the sideline. There's a reason you're supposed to stay behind the white line.
Yeah.
I did not adhere to that.
There's no safe space on a football field, though.
There's no safe space at all.
Obviously, not everyone gets to have these opportunities. I think about the one or two that I've had many times. But being on the field or being very, very close to the field, the speed of the game becomes even more evident.
You realize how, huge these guys are.
Yes.
And B, how quick they are moving. And also from their vantage point, remember, they don't get this bird's eye view of everything, especially like when we were in the press box. You can see so much of it's like you're playing with X's and O's. Yes. You can move them around. You're seeing from face on. And it's just when you're in the game, it's just so different of how in the heck would you know anything going on the opposite sideline? You miss so much of the stuff that we see.
Yes.
The speed of the game is insane, especially in the playoffs as well.
It's another reason you have to have absolute trust in your teammates.
Right.
Because everyone has to do their job, and your jobs are all connected, but you cannot. It's pretty easy for us to look at Nico Collins and then back to Joe Mixon. You do not have a 360-degree view of what's happening on the field. The size of the players in particular, you can see at training camp. It's a reason that I do think fans ought to go to training camp at least once a year when you can, because
puts it into perspective.
It really does.
Yeah.
I remember being 13 and getting something signed by Tano Passanio, and you could have told me he was like another species. Yeah. I mean, just 6'7",
an alien,
twisted steel.
Oh my gosh!
It might have been a little pass breakup there, but
I thought it looked like it touched both his hands.
It might have. See if
Ryan Cook is in the locker room. Did you just hear that?
No.
Oh, shoot. Looks like a concussion there.
But he's their second one still.
Yeah.
Big Jaden Hicks game is going to have to happen.
Heading to the locker room. Not good. What are I have failed to mention the underdog picks here.
Yes.
So I did the freebie. I don't know if you saw it on Underdog. They had the little freebie for the homes.
I took that one. I did 4 more just to
you have
boost my
Mixon
numbers.
Rushing yards, 58.5.
I got the under. I have under on Mixon, which he's at 20 right now. Noah Gray just caught a pass. That's helping a little bit, but not enough for me.
You got Pirine, 1.5 reception. Pacheco, 42.5 yards.
Pirine got a target earlier that he didn't catch. That would have helped.
I'm hoping. I put a bold prediction. I want Stroud to get picked off.
I like that.
We'll go with it. All right, so 6-3 Kansas City into the first. Was it how you anticipated?
No, this has not been quite as fun. I think there's a comment that just flicked by there. You're going to have to go back. It's okay. Stay on the box for a minute. But from David saying, 3 weeks to prep the offense for this performance.
Yeah.
Bleh.
It is
David,
bleh.
I would say bleh is how I would describe the first quarter of this game. You lose McDuffie for a little bit, and the Texans offense is able to do some things. Ultimately, they played pretty good defense. My score prediction in this game was 31-13, which is still on the board. The 3 from Houston's side, you're happy with. But the offense, even being able to start in the red zone on drive 1, fizzled it out twice.
Yeah, we talked about it.
And we've seen that happen too much this year. It's familiar.
It is. And that's the unfortunate part, is that Kansas City has really struggled when they get in those. Well, you know what? There's a twofold to this. When they get in the red zone and it's during the first 3 quarters, it's an issue.
Yeah.
And it's an issue finishing on those drives. When they get into the fourth quarter and it's a dire situation where the game is on the line, okay, red zone who? Like, they just roll right through what they need to do. And closing out games, yes, it does show some type of elite team that you have, but that there is the problem where this team really hasn't ever been able to blow out a team or ever wrap up a team with a bow like they did against the Steelers on Christmas Day.
Yeah. A beautiful analogy. And that's what gave me so much confidence coming into this game.
Sure.
They looked in control against Houston, and then they put a bow on for Christmas against the Steelers. And I thought that was going to carry into this quarter a little bit more. And, you know, of all of the, like, rest and rust conversation, they don't look rusty to me. I haven't enjoyed most of Andy Reid's play calling choices.
Yeah.
And some of the executions obviously left them lacking.
I'm so sorry.
No,
have
go
we
ahead. I
seen
can talk
Kareem
forever.
Hunt?
Yes, a couple of snaps. I don't think he's had a touch yet, though.
Okay.
He has been on the field, but they went Pacheco, Pirine, Pacheco, Pirine, and then somewhere in that second drive,
and have we seen
Hunt enter the game.
Hopkins much at all?
Target behind him
Right.
was his only target, I believe, so far.
So right now it's just Travis Kelce with 2 targets, 21 yards on those both. I think his one reception got him that huge one after the penalty.
Something we haven't talked about that's going to be relevant here, the left side of the offensive line, they went Tooney Caliendo. Mahomes has not looked calm back there, but I also don't know that they've made mistakes on that side. I can't tell you from the first watch through, but 3rd and 7, they're going to test that left side. They have to here.
So we have David in here jumping in saying, how bad did DJ Humphries look not to put him at the starting left guard? We'll jump on that question here in a second, but Mahomes handling it himself, taking it out to the right side, going up the sideline and gaining, don't know yet, 15 yards.
15. The Mahomes playoff rushing over in good place again. See, this is what happens in fourth quarters of the regular season and way more often in the playoffs.
A great analogy, yeah.
Mahomes sees a little space and says, all right, I'll do it myself. He didn't have much short that way. Yeah, I mean, Mahomes saw exactly what was there and moves the sticks. You take those as often as you can get them.
Let me give you my opinion on the left tackle, and then you tell me yours.
Okay.
I think you have Joe Tooney moving out to left tackle from left guard. You have Mike Caliendo filling his absence on the offensive line. Great. That worked for 3 games down the stretch after they brought in Humphries, and he got hurt in the Chargers game. What was that, week 14, 15, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
So that in that allotted time with that new offensive line, Mahomes was sacked once as compared to the 35 times he was sacked during the regular season. I say keep the hand hot, which is a lot of people what they're saying as well. Go with what got you the 1 seed. Stay there. I don't think DJ Humphries looked bad in practice.
Yeah.
I just think why change something if it continues to work, figure it out in the offseason.
I think that's most likely where Andy was coming from throughout that process too. We're getting some Peyton Hendershot, by the way. That was on your bingo card.
I forgot about him.
He's back, baby. He's
is.
back. IR and returned again, and he's throwing good blocks.
Yep.
I was saying going into the weekend, I was kind of 60-40 Humphries over Tooney, which reflects just as much as anything. It reflects on how hard of a time Caliendo had at left guard and how incredible Joe Tooney is there. Tooney's a legit. He has an argument to be one of the best guards of all time, maybe the best of this era, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought the Chiefs were going to shoot for their ideal, which was Humphries and Tooney, but I think they assumed that the ideal situation might not have actually been there. It was a good rep from Tooney. Didn't result in much, but I figured it would be very, very close. Neither choice at tackle would have surprised me. But I was narrowly leaning towards Humphries being the guy. I do wonder how it looked at practice this week. I do wonder what the Chiefs what opportunities they really gave Humphries, but the offense is still a little bit out of sorts when Mahomes isn't doing it himself right now. if they settle in by halftime, I'll feel a lot better.
And I don't think it was gamesmanship. A lot of people saying, oh, gamesmanship, and I even said that a couple of weeks ago about other decisions. I genuinely think Coach Reed was letting them rotate in and out of practice and thinking, we'll figure it out as we go. Now, what the
riding on the left. There is Joe Tooney laying on the ground underneath Patrick Mahomes, for what it's worth.
Yikes. Not great, not great.
So Anderson's lined up on Tooney.
Whatever happened to Mr. Settle?
Cooked around the edge there. He just hooked his arm under and got around Tooney. Tooney doesn't have super fast range. He doesn't have long arms.
And again, in his defense,
hard to beat around the edge.
He's on an island. He's out there alone.
Yep.
That's not his position. He's been I would be very cautious to criticize him.
It's a very tough spot to put him in, which is why I was sort of hopeful that they would believe enough in Humphreys to keep Tooney where he's.
Now Humphreys is active.
Yes.
We see Wanye Morris.
Yeah, what was that?
That makes me wonder. Okay.
Oh, come on, play the ball! God. I tell you what, man, Joshua Williams should be playing more on defense, and he has some of the most infuriating special teams moments I've ever seen. Williams bit on playing the scoop here, and he just watched it dibble in. Oh,
man. That's tough. That's tough. I will say, the rotation of Najee Johnson, Shamari Connor, and Joshua Williams has been a lot for that secondary, filling the void that Jalen Watson left. Of course, remember, that's not the only void they're filling. They're also losing L'Jarius Sneed, and so they have to move Trent McDuffie out to that position. Who plays across the field? Let's go back to the fact that we were talking about how hard it is to communicate across the field, how much trust you need to have in people. And Trent McDuffie didn't have that this season for the majority of the time. Those three players have not really found their niche with this team quite yet. Because
you want in, Tucker?
It just hasn't.
Do your lap. You can take my spot when you want it. You do your thing. We're cooking.
He wants this.
Yeah, no, getting Watson back is obviously massive.
Right.
And then losing McDuffie for that little window was horrifying to see. I wanted Williams to get more work throughout the regular season. At this point, I wouldn't mind seeing Watson and Williams on the outside and McDuffie in the slot when they want to go in there, but... Matt Verderam here says from that play, Mahomes had Kelsey wide open, but the Chiefs were in a 4x1.
Oh, you're on TweetDeck.
I have pulled some behind the scenes. I brought TweetDeck back for myself.
I was about to say, dang.
So it looked like they were going for Hopkins there. Mitch Schwartz tweeted, this was a couple drives ago, 2 third downs, we've seen a defensive overload on the right side of the Chiefs O-line, and only one over Tooney. Schwartz doesn't know if that's to get a one-on-one over the left tackle or just to stress what they think could be a Chiefs' weakness in protection. And then 20 minutes later, you see that one-on-one over Tooney end up in a sack.
Not been great. Not been great.
Maddie Lane says Texans look more physical and faster, especially on defense, than the Chiefs through the first quarter. Chiefs look to be coaching with the training wheels on to protect the OL, but they can't get anything going on the ground, and the designer plays aren't working. Yeah, so other than that, Mrs. Lincoln.
I just don't know what happened to the quick passing game that we saw against the Steelers and where that's gone to. Now, maybe this is more of a thing of, okay, let's settle in, figure it out. I mean, I hate to say this, Josh, but we might be waiting until the fourth quarter to get excited.
Yeah, this just might be unpleasant hours and a Chiefs win.
And it could be. I wouldn't lose. I mean, I'm not in any situation where this is a one and done. Well, at least they had a fun run. That's not what I feel at all right now, but I just think, okay, costly mistakes, silly mistakes, and not being able to execute when you have all the right pieces to be able to do so is worrisome. Also, this run game hasn't been great, so. And I'm pretty sure I took the under on him, which sucks. Whew. However, this is a good point. That was Joe Tooney's first sack he's ever given up all season.
Yeah, it's also the spot that he's in that's going to make that a little more likely. Bill Barnwell, speaking of the running game, Bill Barnwell tweeted, Chiefs with one designed running back run in their last 13 plays. Other carries were a worthy run and a Mahomes scramble. One in the last 13 plays. So it looks like they don't have any confidence they can run the ball on the Texans right now. And I don't know that they can. But they have a guard playing tackle and a backup guard playing guard.
My experience when a team has had a bye week, they typically come into the divisional game just a little bit.
You think Spag's going to leave?
No.
I hope not. Oh, I didn't even see that.
It's been under.
I didn't even see that.
I need to like tie this back, and really, maybe that's been the problem. Maybe you know what? Here, I'm gonna.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna do one of
Ditch the
these.
jacket. In Spags we trust.
Maybe I'm gonna do like one shoulder. You're fashionable. How am I
there
doing?
You go.
Is
this is
this
great.
work?
This is
am
great.
I ready for the runway?
Very fashionista. Now that was good. It wasn't so much the secondary, except for he fell, but I'll take it.
The shirt's working. I'm not gonna put my jacket back on until this
leave
drive's
it.
over.
You're gonna have to tweet with one hand.
I can do that.
There you go.
I can T-Rex tweet.
Let me know if you need a Q or a W.
Can you do the space bar for me here?
Guys, if you're watching along with us, as always, we love to hear from you guys. So thanks for jumping in the chat, letting us know what you're thinking. If you got anything, questions, anything specific you want to talk about, let us know. Also, we love to hear where you guys are watching from as well. Oh no!
Hey, Nick Bolton, not faster than CJ Stroud.
Oh.
Gnarly.
See, now that's the stuff right there.
Ugly.
I'm going to stay down here.
So Chris Roland Wallace comes out of the slot, but he misses his window. They leave a man. Who left that open? Ugh.
You know what, though? This is the Chiefs. This is what happens. I don't know why. It's honestly, it's kind of an abusive relationship. I always think he's going to change. I always think.
In the fourth quarter,
and then they do something to wrap you back up and get you stuck in it. Yep. Man. All right, so CJ Stroud on a nice little run there. How many yards did he get? 28 yards. Boo.
I don't love that, Haley.
Nope, I don't. Right now, as of first downs, let me look. Houston leading 6-5. Right now going 3 of 5 on third downs. Kansas City only 1 of 4 on third down. Don't love that either. Total net yards, 126 Houston, 69 Kansas City.
Nice.
Can't even laugh at that.
Not even. It's really not.
Not even funny.
There's a Minahu, man. He's making plays. I will say in general, I think the defense is not going to be the problem today. The Texans could score a touchdown on this drive, whatever.
However,
ultimately, we need to see the offense look a little bit more like a competent version of itself.
This is showing. My stomach is a mess. Mine too, Richard. Mine too.
I just know that I need to pay that man who couldn't catch CJ Stroud $25 million a year right now. I have to now.
Being a Chiefs fan is definitely a toxic relationship.
Toxic
I agree.
for sure.
I agree.
Being a sports fan is a toxic relationship. Here, got him. Ball's out. Ball's out. Where's the football? Show us the football.
I was just about to ask, but where's the ball?
That ball came out instantly. Presumably, Houston got it. Minahu again, man.
Hold on. I need a Diet Coke.
Dude.
Oh.
Yeah, that ball was out fast. That's what I'm saying.
Did he at all? Oh, no, he didn't.
He got almost, that was barely a foul from a Minahu.
That was close. That elbow.
Oh, hey, watch this. There's some things on Twitter that I should look away from.
Did he miss?
By like another set of goalposts.
You have to, Tucker.
It's out.
You have
it's
to.
gone.
You have to.
Jacket's
let go of
gone.
the
I'll be back.
The jacket has to go.
Jacket's gone. Sorry.
So ever since Josh shed a shoulder, showed a little skin, The Chiefs have been doing pretty good on defense, and now he's shedding the jacket because, of course, we are superstitious here, as we must be during the NFL playoffs.
Honestly, I'm embarrassed that I ever hid my light under a bushel. It's cold outside, but it's warm in here.
Show some skin. Show a little
I
love.
like to have layers, you know?
You know, the last time we were here, did you come up at all for the draft?
Yes, I think that was the draft.
Opening night, I was here on the draft, and it was Craig, Maddie, Tucker, BJ. They had all been drinking since...
I was just going to say, and Holladay's still in business?
Yeah.
Wow.
They had all been drinking since about, I don't know, maybe 10 a.m. And so this is the time in the conversation of the draft where I think Bo Nixon got drafted, and we were all like, shooketh.
Awesome.
Then Craig decides to auction off shaving my head for charity.
Your head or
My
his head?
No, mine.
Well, did you have the conversation what the number would be?
Absolutely not. Well, so
hold on, we're in a commercial break. You should finish your story. I'll come back to it.
No, you're fine.
If someone was like, hey, I'll give you $5 million right now.
I would $5 million.
Of course, right?
Yes. Honestly,
$1
$1
million.
million. $1 million is good.
$250,000. That's a lot of money.
Is it taxed?
Straight to your bank account. No.
I would do it.
No.
I would do it.
$100,000.
Damn, I'm cheap.
See? I love this game.
$100,000, no taxes.
Yeah.
I get the whole thing.
You've got to.
Yeah, I would do
You
it.
can buy a nice wig for $100,000.
I would do it. I would do it.
$50,000.
No.
You sure?
That's $50,000. No.
Because here's the thing.
No, that's
the
right,
best
no.
way to play this game in a room full of people is to try to lower that number for whatever the hypothetical is, and then you can.
I can't do 50.
I could get $50 for everybody in here to have you shave your head at the end of the
But
game
not
today.
$50,000.
But I don't think I get $50,000 out of this.
If you can collect $100,000, the hair's
I
gone.
could definitely. Here's the thing.
I'd
Now
be hot,
here's when I get to play the game. I will shave my head for $100.
No.
I can raise that here.
No, you
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't. No, you're right. I'm far too vain. I did a buzz cut in February or March this year, and it was good. It was cleansing for me. It was cleansing.
We'll have to ask Tucker what would be his dollar amount. But yeah, I would definitely say $100,000, no more, no less than $100,000.
Kent Swanson at the game right now says Caitlin Clark is in Taylor Swift's suite.
Of course she is. Of course she is. I love Caitlin Clark. I love
great.
Taylor Swift. I think it's awesome.
The only person that interaction I'm not a huge fan of is Kent Swanson.
Now Kent is
What? Oh my God! Another.
Wait.
So they're saying they should have called it an
On
offside
Kansas
on
City?
the Chiefs on the kick.
We'll add it to the. No.
We'll get to find out.
No.
Hollywood thinks he has it.
Shoot again.
God, that was so.
He had.
Yeah.
Oh dang it.
Eric Murray brought it out at the end. That was slightly closer to a pick than a completion. Oh. Yeah, Murray almost picked it, really. It's a really, really good defensive play.
It is.
I don't think a challenge would have won there. Oh, hey! The speed isn't the same, but you still got yak Travis Kelce. The speed is not all there currently, but what a play!
Show Taylor Swift. Show Taylor Swift.
Well, I haven't shown her at all yet. You're
No,
right.
I know. I just have to.
Shakes
Sorry,
one,
I have to do it.
shakes two,
Wow.
can't quite outrun the third. That's got to be his longest play of the year.
Let's go.
Right?
Let's go.
There's no way he has more yards after the catch on a play this year, right?
49 yards.
There's no shot.
Let me go look at his yak.
Pacheco carry here in the red zone from about the 6.
All right. 2024 yak for Travis Kelce. Oh no, hold on. Wait, where would we? You might have to help me locate this. No, I want the. Oh, you got another one? Look at you, BJ, if you didn't notice. He got another one. Oh! That's a score. That's a score.
Oh, Neil.
Oh, come on.
Okay, this is your Kareem Hunt time, please. I don't need to see Isaiah Pacheco right now. I would like Kareem Hunt in the football game.
He's down.
He's up. There he's down. Half yard. Foot and a half.
I have a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown today, so I really need
Here's what I'll tell you right now. They have 2 plays to score a touchdown here. I am utterly nothing horizontal, nothing lateral, and no field goal after this. You have 2 tries here to get a foot and a half. Get it.
Who are you putting your money on? You said the Kareem?
Kareem.
There it is. All right. Roll your sleeves up.
Let's go. The shirt stays here.
All right, ever since Josh shed the jean jacket.
Yeah, and
the
also,
sheets
are
have
we
been
getting some
rolling.
super chats yet? I mean, my number for my head shaving is a lot lower than Haley's. My number for a lot of things might be lower than you think.
This is true.
Man, again, that is so. Suddenly it's a 10-point game.
Yep,
After all of the concern of that first quarter, you would have taken 13-3. Well, let's make sure he makes the extra point. Hold on. Knock on wood. I haven't seen it yet. 13-3.
There you go.
When you get down there, you get a chunk play from Travis Kelce, almost 50 yards of the 35-year-old turning back the clock, and then Xavier Worthy gets you to the half-foot line.
Yeah.
If you can't score from there, 6-3 or settling for a field goal there even would have been so frustrating.
Right,
to either get stuffed there or to settle for a field goal. Now it's a 2-score game, and you are the better football team. The defense gets to play with a 2-score lead now for the first time, and huge drive. Huge.
I think that the biggest point you're making there is the difference of if that had ended up being a 3-point drive rather than 6.
Yes.
How drastic that would have been for the momentum, just the fact that the Chiefs haven't been able to finish in the red zone yet in this game.
Yes.
Also, the fact that so many people were talking about the Texans being, this is going to be a bye, this is going to be a walk.
Right.
I'm sorry, the Texans I saw play against the Chargers, yes, the Chargers Justin Herbert did himself a disservice. However, the Texans are a good football team. Now, I'm going to say this, and then people are going to rip it apart later on, because if the Chiefs ultimately end up winning, it's just
You're in
can't
sports
bleach.
media. You know what this. You're going to get ripped apart regardless.
I know my heart will be broken by the Chiefs at least once a season, and I know my heart will be broken by the viewers at least once a season for something I didn't even mean to do, but it happened. But everyone here jumping in the chat, excited, was more along the lines of saying this has to be a touchdown. You have to finish here.
Yes.
Let's get it done. So BJ is now 2 with underdog. So he has Schultz long reception being at least 6.5. I'm assuming he chose the higher. Mahomes longest completion being 34.5. Well, Travis Kelce had a 49-yard.
Yeah, so we're good there.
Did you find his yak? I didn't.
No, I didn't look. I got
couldn't
too.
find it on his
I'm
stats.
too overstimulated.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We need to find Tucker to ask him about his hair.
Oh yeah, good question. I'm on it.
All right.
I think he's back here updating the graphics.
Go locate. Oh, okay. It's a pivotal question. Oh, now we're gonna ask BJ.
I don't have Tucker yet, but I do have a backup for Tucker here in a moment.
There you go. Broke out Crown Royal. Let's go.
You could break out some of Holladay Distillery's finest. I'll tell you what. I got the
It is
Winter
good.
of '56. It's like almost like a root beer float kind of drink. Delightful. Have you gotten the drink yet?
Okay, I'm on dry January, so I'm not drinking. But Tucker and I, before in December, went to a Holladay Distillery tasting dinner together. I was a different version of myself by the end of it. Number one, I would like to admit. However, the drinks, it was an old fashioned, a Manhattan. Then the one where they put the little, make the creamsicle, what is it?
I don't know. I'm not.
The coffee liqueur in
Everyone here is
so
far.
good.
Oh, coffee liqueur.
It was good.
Oh.
It was really good.
I recently discovered how much I love
Far too
espresso
many
martinis.
drinks.
That was
Yes.
big. BJ,
So
is
good.
really
Oh,
important.
yeah. Come on in. This is dire.
How much would it take for you to shave your head bald today? A lot.
Like,
What
how
does that
much is
mean?
a lot? Let's
We
start.
got Haley down to 100 grams.
100 grams.
And I don't think I can raise that here. But I think we might be able to raise a number for you, me, or Tucker. I don't know what Tucker's is yet.
Listen, 100 grams.
Would you let me play this
Personally?
way? For you to shave your head bald, 50 grand. Straight in your pocket, untaxed.
Yeah, you get the whole
You
thing.
do it for 50 grand? Absolutely do it for 50 grand. 10 grand. It's just hair. It'll grow back. How long does it take you to grow
I
hair?
would not do it.
Thank you,
I'd
BJ, for joining our commercial break.
40 grand's probably the limit.
40? You wouldn't shave your head for $35,000?
You know what? You're right.
See,
you know what?
I know.
You're right.
I
You know what? You put it that way.
So here's the thing. This is why I like this game so much, is that you can just lower people's number.
Oh, I started at
and then
5
you can,
million.
Then you can threaten to raise that
Well,
money.
it's different. I literally could hole up in my house and not see anyone for like 2 months.
What if I got us $5,000 for the KCSN Foundation? I'll do it. You
I
people
think
raise
Tucker would
$5,000 for the
be-
KCSN Foundation in time for the toy drive next year
Okay.
for the shopping spree.
They said Tucker would do it for $12 and a high five.
I could do it
I
for
say
a
throw in some seltzers.
6-pack of seltzer.
Tucker,
He'll
but
do
Tucker cares about his hair though too.
Yeah, absolutely no way.
Here's I don't know if you've seen or not yet. We have Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark up there in the suite today.
I'm sure the internet's thrilled.
Yes, I don't think I've seen either of them on the TV.
We haven't.
yet.
It's the only time my daughter, who's over there playing games, and she will look at the TV when Taylor Swift is on, and that's
Good.
the only time she
Hey.
will look at the TV.
Listen, the NFL would still love to take her money.
All right, 3rd and 3.
Nickelodeon? Getting
Yes.
close. Getting
Okay,
close
did
to
you
it.
guys
Do you
watch?
want? And I just needed to ask about the hair during the commercial break.
Did you guys watch about the Dora, the Nickelodeon one where Dora was like explaining holding?
I saw one of the clips. I didn't actually watch
Because-
it. Chris Jones was there. Damn it.
Ugh. If I had a child, I'd be making them watch it, learn football that way,
Absolutely.
figure out what's going on.
Have we seen Brian Cook come back yet? I don't.
See, I haven't seen a report.
I haven't
yet.
gotten an injury update. He's not out there here. That's Hicks and Reed
Let me get you one.
and Connor. So yeah, Cook must still be getting.
10 minutes ago, still being evaluated for
Okay,
head injury.
yeah.
Nothing since then. Oh. So, Matt tweeted out that he's on the bench.
Oh, okay, interesting. There have been times this year where I'm not sure. This, no offense to Brian Cook at all, but I think the gap between him and Jaden Hicks has been shrinking and shrinking and shrinking.
Yeah.
So again, they have a ton of depth there, especially if they let Connor play safety instead of being in the slot as much. But they would like to have Brian Cook, certainly.
They just brought up 3rd down, 4 of 7. CJ Stroud on 3rd down. He's been doing pretty good.
Oh, 2-minute warning. Okay.
All right.
I don't know if the game's going by fast or if I've just been talking the
We've
whole
been
time and
talking.
that feels
I
like
think
it's gone
that's
by
why.
fast. But
Has it gone by fast? Do you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It feels
okay.
like it's going back.
Well, you let Tucker know we're going to use him for halftime. So him and Josh are going to
Yes.
take over.
we're gonna do the halftime show.
do their discussions, figure it all out. You guys are still chilling
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
no DeAndre Hopkins appearance still really, other than that one behind
Well,
him.
okay,
huh?
so that's what I was saying, and I really thought that this would be a Kareem Hunt and DeAndre Hopkins answer to everything today.
Yeah,
I thought that was what
And
they
it
were
has
gonna
not
lead
been.
with,
I've been-
and it hasn't been.
I
Xavier
really
Worthy,
thought
Travis Kelce, and then
the longest play of the day, like we all predicted, was a Travis Kelce yards
40
after the catch gallop.
that was insane. He really did gallop.
He runs like a moose, man. 35-year-old Travis Kelce runs like a moose. Like he runs like he's wearing the Timbs that.
Maybe it's different for
I'm
us
wearing.
because, again, watching on TV is vastly different than watching in person. He's probably running so much faster,
Yeah, but it's different than.
but
You ever see the highlights?
It's not-
You see the highlights come around
Yeah,
of
yeah,
him
yeah.
in the first 5 years. I'm being summoned.
oh, you're fine. It's not a Travis Kelce from years before. So, all right, guys, we're just hanging out here until they get back in. You're doing good on your picks.
I'm doing pretty good.
You're doing pretty good.
If Hunt would have broke that one tackle on his one reception, I think he had a chance at 7 yards.
I really
And
thought.
then Worthy, I'm feeling good.
I thought Kelce was going to get a touchdown after that beautiful little catch.
Hunt needs 4 receiving yards, and Xavier Worthy needs 21 rushing or receiving yards, and I've won. Put
Doing
$5 to win 45.
There you go.
Shout out underdog.
Ever since the Chiefs have been doing well, ever since Josh took off his jacket, so he's just continued to shed. And I was like, you don't need to shed any more layers.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that, and hopefully, good things keep going. Has it been different than what you anticipated?
The game?
Yeah.
No, I
really.
have respect for Houston. Like, they're a scrappy team, they're good defense, they're well coached. They weren't going to just kind of roll over. I'm surprised with some of the throws from Mahomes early.
Agreed.
They were just a little bit off. The rest of it's pretty standard.
Pretty standard for Kansas City.
Chris Jones makes a big sack on third down at midfield in the time that they needed to step up and make a play.
Yeah. There you go. Well,
Charles Minhu stood out.
I thought so too.
A few plays so far. He's probably for me, the highlight of the first half thus far.
All right, well, 2-minute warning here. Texans with the ball, and then if they continue to keep it into the half, they'll have it coming out of the half as well after winning the coin toss. That was... I'd like to see that again.
It's under 2 minutes.
Dang. Dang. All right. How much does it change it if they get a score here?
Nice.
Woo!
I'd be happy to. Oh, whatever.
All right, guys, you see on the screen there, 173 yards Texans, 124 Kansas City. I think that's one thing that's also stood out. Time of possession for Houston, also 16 minutes as compared to 12 and a half for Kansas City. Those first downs. Oh, wonderful. There we go. Tershawn Wharton, a guy who tore his ACL just a season ago. Now being able to do what he's continued to do, honestly, bring that pressure. Wow.
Me and Tucker will talk at halftime.
I need an interception.
Sorry, I'm back. What I missed?
No, you're totally fine.
I saw the completion.
You missed.
Are you a Rizzler person?
A Rizzler?
Yeah, do you love the Rizzler?
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, really?
Really?
Costco guys, the big boom, double chocolate cook. That you got to talk to Tucker. I figured
Is
you'd know.
this a TikTok thing?
The Rizzler is at the game. We'll talk to Tucker
Not
about it.
to be confused with Tucker.
No, correct. This is a young child. I guess
This is
Tucker
a young
Tucker
child.
also kind of is.
Oh my gosh, guys, come on. Now there's a flag in the backfield.
That might be a hole that moves that back. I don't know.
We'll see. Woo, okay, about 25 seconds left. It is a drastically different conversation. Great. If Kansas City goes into half up by 10
Yes.
versus up by 3.
Yes. Even a field goal wouldn't be the
Right,
worst thing in
right.
the world, because that's what that earlier touchdown
Ouch.
buys you, is a little wiggle room, a little cushion.
Oh.
Yeah,
See, now
he's
this is the
hobbling
thing.
that
Like,
knee a little.
I
Why is he faking it, Haley?
know. Quit trying to get attention.
Ah, there you go. Yep, a minute who got yanked trying to get to Stroud there. If he's not getting hit, that's a tackle for, or at least a pursuit from a minute who.
All right, here we go. We're running this
Picks
one
up.
down.
Nope, backing off.
You guys gotta shut
Yeah, they're
that
all
ish
right.
down.
I think that's a field goal game right there. Get 5 more yards and try a field goal. I'm guessing the Chiefs won't try to do anything with the last 10 seconds or so
I
they
can't
end up with,
imagine. But taking a whole score lead.
yeah.
Timeout, Kansas City.
I guess it gives them a chance.
This is the first time we've seen them.
We've got a very noir look.
I was
from the
about
duo.
to. That's a great way of saying it.
You could I had to think about it for a while. They're all in black, and
there you go.
This looks like this is the duo that just showed up. They're gonna find your wife's killer.
For those of you who don't know,
they're gonna make him pay.
In French means black, and it stands for all of the sophisticated things. So very good word choice.
Thank you. I was not getting to the root word.
You didn't know that?
I was thinking about like.
I was like, he
now
said
that you say
noir.
that, I'm
okay.
like, oh, well, it does mean black.
It does.
I was thinking about like film noir, but yeah, it means film black. Yeah, okay.
You did great. You did great.
So
I was
much.
impressed. Oh, barely.
Snuck it through.
Barely.
Snuck it through.
Barely. Wow.
I got to imagine they're probably going to kick this short, make Remigio or Pirine or Steele. I actually don't know who else has been back there. Make him return it and eat some time there.
Seeing Turk, though, come up big, that's a guy who comes from a small school that no one can ever pronounce on the national broadcast.
Missouri State, they frequently say.
All the crazy
S&T. Go Miners.
Anyways, comes to Kansas City, doesn't get a starting role his rookie season, but then continues to develop as a great defensive lineman and comes back from an ACL tear. I'm just fun.
It's a great story.
But it is. He really, I mean, what he's been able to do is incredible. What pressure he brings, what also just like, again, a lot of players that we don't talk about on that defensive line, because you hear, George Karlaftis, you hear Chris Jones, you hear Charles Omenihu, guys who are on the edge who get those rushes. But that interior defensive line has such a great rotation.
It really does. Yeah.
Remigio
behind Pirine here. The Chiefs will have 10 seconds to try something if they want. I will say genuinely, I think this is going to probably be it. I will say, to your point, it is truly one of the reasons that I think KCSN is important and local media is important, because we could literally talk about not just Tershawn Wharton.
Yeah.
I could tell you what Marlon Tuipulotu did this year.
Yeah.
He played very little, and then he ended up on IR. But like, it's all the way. I could tell you the story of most of the players on the practice squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they'll knee it out and go to halftime.
There we go. Half.
Up 13-6. Not quite as satisfying as the 10-point win would have, or 10-point advantage would have been.
But at least the whole score, I'll take it. It's better than the usual going into
Texans are going to get the ball first, too, so they'll have a little bit of a chance to double up.
Right now, they're leading. Again, time of possession has been a little bit skewed, so Texans have 17 minutes, and Kansas City with about 12, just shy of 13. Right now, the biggest thing that stands out to me, though, is third down.
Andy Reid, I'm guessing, isn't going to say anything terribly noteworthy here.
No. And once he's done with this, I'm going to tap in Tucker Franklin and let you guys chit-chat through the majority of things. But yeah, interesting. I'll go get me a Diet Coke.
Get yourself a little Diet Coke, little slice of pizza
There you go. And let you guys.
Get a little fuel.
I'll leave this up, though, if you guys want some stats.
That sounds great.
Through it.
I got some here. We'll let
streams right here if you want to pop back and forth.
Beautiful.
And we'll get this one rolling. Come on in,
Sounds good. Fire off some questions in the chat if you want to get anything from me and Tucker here in the halftime show.
So you have this, and then you have
just
stats
see those.
right back and forth.
Wow.
Fancy.
So first things first, Tucker. I asked Haley this question. I asked BJ this question. I'll ask you this question.
Okay.
Untaxed cash money in your bank account. How much would it take to shave your head bald today?
Bald?
Shave it bald today.
Untaxed cash.
Just boom, it's in your bank account.
I think you kind of have to worry about the IRS a little bit, though.
No, IRS is actually paying you for it.
Okay.
No, I took care of all the taxes
so
already.
I was like 9,999, so I don't have to trigger anything. Learned that from Ozark. But
really? Wow.
Yeah, Ozark.
Okay.
Talks about. It would be a good and substantial amount of money. I like my hair.
I know you do, which is what BJ's number was higher than I thought. Haley's was about where I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where I'd settle yet. But if I said, hey, Tucker, I got a check for 10,000 American dollars, can you be bald for a month as your hair grows back? I mean, it's growing back. I'm not saying you commit to this permanently.
Oh, yeah, I would probably do 10 grand.
I think you have to,
I think that's
right?
fine. Like, if it's not like you have to be bald for 6 months, it's just like you're bald,
and then when you're smooth shaving it right now.
Right, and then you deal with whatever happens after the fact. I think 10 grand is palatable.
But you wouldn't do it for $5,000? Here's the thing, I'm saying I got a pyramid of hundreds in front of you. I'll say, to answer Kyle Coffey's question, no shot I would need it to be more than $1,000. I would shave my head bald for $1,000, I think. I did a buzz cut last spring. It was kind of refreshing that way. It was not my best look, but it was nice to do.
Yeah. Well, remember,
I did this for $1,000.
I kind of went a little shorter this last time.
You did.
And,
You've been there.
And it's going out right now. I actually haircut on Tuesday. Yeah.
You keep your lettuce so tight. You and Kent are the two people. Now, Kent's is a different animal, but you and Kent might have the two most frequent haircutting schedules of anyone I've ever known.
Yeah. So here's the thing
What's
with mine,
Kent's again?
though. Every 35 days.
Every 35 days, Kent Swanson gets his haircut.
35 days, and he always just because he goes to scissors.
Why is Jason Kelsey dressed like Elmer Fudd?
Why is? I almost said Stuart Scott, and that's not him.
That's definitely not. It's definitely not.
What
Lewis
is his
Riddick
name?
on the right here?
No. The bald white guy.
Oh, SCP.
Yeah. Scott Van Pelt. There we go. He's bundled
You can
up
understand why I was confused about which one you thought was Stuart Scott.
Fair enough. I can't understand that. He looks like he's in Antarctica
Yes.
right now. He's
SVP
never been to a place that's been so cold.
SVP has penguins behind him. Jason Kelsey looks like Elmer Fudd.
He looks like he's just got done cutting down some trees.
Is that Ryan Clark, by the way? Did I also do the thing?
No. Yeah, that's Ryan Clark.
I think I said Lewis Riddick. I blacked out and said Lewis Riddick. See on the Monday night feed. I didn't get a great view.
Oh, wait. Snap it. Good.
I want to get him and SVP in the same shot.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's definitely Ryan Clark. That's definitely not GM candidate Lewis Riddick.
No, it's definitely not. I can see now. That is
That's too bad.
RC.
Hey,
Yeah.
to be fair,
That
glare.
vest or whatever. There's a glare right there. There's a glare right here. I wasn't really looking at him. Whatever his layer game is.
Is that a
big
scarf?
scarf?
I think it's a
in
big
there.
scarf.
He might be double scarfing it, actually.
True.
A fashionable gentleman.
Yeah. White Bacon says my beard would be significantly more expensive.
Yes, so the esteemed Beards McFly, similar boat, he'd shave his head for $150. He hasn't shaved the bottom half of his face since he was like 16.
Yeah, I keep it, so my beard's a little long right now, actually. I'm excited to get it trimmed up. But I keep it longer to mask the double chin. You know, like
Sure,
that's,
and you get to recreate your jawline.
Yeah. I can shape it up real nice.
Yeah.
So that's what. Yeah, I think the beard. I did it during COVID, if you remember, when we first started.
Yeah.
I did it during COVID, and I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'll shave my face. Then the next day, we were asked to go on TV together.
That is the fear I live with.
Yeah.
Because I always want to do a clean shave. Like, if you said that like no one was going to see me, including my wife, for like a month,
right.
I might go full bowling ball. I might shave my eyebrows just to feel something. You know, I don't know. But I'm on TV twice a week, or I'm on the internet on
terrestrial.
I'm on visual internet videos.
There you go.
3 times a week minimum. I do some TV here and there.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous game.
And you never know when the TV's going to happen, though, either.
No, absolutely.
That's not routine.
They just call you and they say, "Do you have some time for us? TV's Josh Briscoe." And I say, "I sure do."
Texans are 0-5 all-time in divisional playoff games.
Wow, I mean that tracks, I guess, but it still seems like
I'm just looking at second half starts here in about 7.5 minutes. We're gonna cut the stream because we're gonna get ready for the post-game show. But Josh and I will hang out with you for the duration of this 7 minutes.
Okay, cool.
So drop us any questions you want for this next 7 minutes. We're gonna cut the stream. We got to move some tech around for post-game show, so we're ready to rock and roll for that. Just a logistical thing on our end. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Drop any more questions if you got. Josh, biggest impression from the first half?
The first quarter was frustrating in a way that a lot of first quarters are. I don't think they looked rusty necessarily. I was surprised by some of the choices they made.
Yeah.
And then being able to score that touchdown, anything else would have been devastating.
Right.
Settling for a field goal from the half-yard line would have been devastating. Getting stuffed and then having to try to survive that 6-3 would have been incredibly frustrating. What I'll say is that I think the moments, there were bad moments, but I think by and large, the defense has played a pretty good game so far today.
Yeah.
Offensively, I'd like to see things stay a little bit smoother. I think we saw them point that direction towards the end of the half. But I don't think 13 points is going to get it done, and I would like to see them break that 31-point barrier they haven't gotten through yet this year.
Yeah, I think that obviously the offense is going to be the big key here for the second half. My biggest takeaway was Travis Kelce actually made a play after the catch. Like, that was pretty big. Maybe we see a little bit more of that. I like the deep ball selection there. Hollywood Brown could have had that catch. A good defensive play there. I about spilled my beer all over
Haley's laptop, too.
That would have been absolutely brutal, especially because she's in dry January as well. So, like,
oh, yeah.
That would have been a double whammy.
You would have made her computer drink.
I know. That would have been a double whammy. Can't do that. But Ohio State or Notre Dame?
I'm rooting for Notre Dame, I guess.
Scrappy underdog? Either they're the higher seed.
I don't think I like Ryan Day. I'm not sure. I have a very casual relationship with college football until they become NFL prospects. It just sort of happened that way. I don't boycott it. I'll watch the game. Actually, I'll be on radio for some of that, so I'll watch some of that game.
Yep.
I'll be talking about this game on the radio, I suppose. But I think Marcus Freeman vibes are slightly better than Ryan Day's vibes. I think that's doing it for me. Not that I'm
Great
vibes.
Great vibes.
Vibe is so good that it's kind of undoing some of Notre Dame's inherent bad vibes. Maybe that's what's happening there. Maybe Marcus Freeman's saving Notre Dame.
He might be. Looking at the chat here, shout out to everybody. Cal Coffee says Ryan Day is a tool.
Okay. All right, so I have support in that.
Yeah. He said he dyes his beard, which, like...
It looks like it. I can't confirm that, but it does look that way.
Dustin Peterson says if we start losing, we have to start streaming again.
That seems fair. We can pop on a phone or something.
Josh and I will just do an Instagram live together.
Love that.
TikTok live for the last days.
Wow.
Last for all.
There are definitely people who just go live until it shuts down, right? I mean, that's going to happen. Maybe we'll just do that, you know?
That's
I'll
a good idea.
on my drive home.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Trying to watch the NFC Championship game.
It's tomorrow when TikTok's banned, right?
Is it tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think Sunday the 19th is what it sounded like.
Dustin Peterson.
How are you planning on pivoting?
I haven't posted on TikTok in a long time.
How's the TikTok ban going to affect you?
Not a lot. I thought about this. I'm going to float this out here on the stream for the diehards watching. Because I want to do more power ranking stuff, right? Cal Coffee says Tucker doing seltzer chugs until it turns off.
Yeah.
Wild. I've thought about doing... Every Friday, I do a video power ranking a random thing. And I just post it on, like, Twitter or...
A random what?
Oh, just a random thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
power
absolutely.
Rank. I just hop on the phone, like, all right, power ranking your favorite types of ice.
Yes.
And I think we've done that before.
We definitely did ice.
I think we've done ice.
Open the top 5. Look, you can go back to the classics. Rank your favorite birds. Rank the top 5 birds.
Sometimes you gotta play the hits.
Sometimes you gotta play the hits for a new audience. That bit is like 6 years old.
Yeah. Gosh.
I know.
Oh, I talked to college kids today. Wild that they were in like middle school when I graduated high school. I was like, what is happening? Well, less than that, they were in like elementary school. And like they were asking me about like, you know, your internship. So I got to talk about, I didn't mention what I said on the radio. But I mentioned that I got to say things on the radio that were somewhat questionable.
It's the only way to do it, honestly.
Shout out North Central Missouri College.
Who did you talk to?
North Central Missouri College.
Look at you. I didn't hear what you said. I was...
NCMC. Go Pirates.
Pirates. Nice.
Strong.
Love that.
Strong.
Give me a prediction for the second half.
I think that the Chiefs are going to score more points than the Texans in the second half.
Zach Eason here, I believe it's pronounced Eason, says, in Spags we trust to take 13 and 22 off the field? Or 27? 27. Sorry, Zach.
Hey, yo. He forgot 32, I think.
He kind of takes himself out of the play often enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think we saw Brian Cook come back.
It was a head injury, I think is what he was being evaluated.
And he was not ruled out, but I don't think we've seen him come back yet, which is a little bit concerning.
Before we go, I want to give a shout out to...
This is a cocktail here at Holladay. It's not milk. It has some Irish cream liqueur, sort of like a root beer float kind of drink. It's delightful.
It's very good. It tastes
I do not drink milk recreationally, though.
With ice in it.
With ice especially.
Oh, my gosh. Before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to Chandler. The new leader. Chandler, the leader of Chiefs Twitter. Cheers to Chandler for the proposal. Shout out to him. Yeah.
He said he got engaged wearing Patrick Mahomes socks.
That's
pretty
my
good
guy, man.
Pretty good way to go.
I love that guy.
I got engaged in possum socks now that I think about it, so
I
finding
gotta
the
figure
brand.
out how I'm gonna get engaged. I haven't thought that
Start with
far
the
out
socks.
yet. It sounds
You
like
gotta
I
start
gotta
with
start
the
with the socks.
You can't listen. Some people say get the ring and then figure it out. I say get the
Get the
socks,
socks and
get
then
the ring,
figure-
and then figure it out. That's my order of operations.
All right, folks. Appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll be back for the live post-game show. Same channel here. Like and subscribe. Get the notification bell on. The link is already made, so you can find that in the playlist. It should be pinned at the top of the page, too. So we'll be live as soon as the game ends. We'll see. I got to go around it in the show. So Josh,
that's cool.
Josh is going to do a little
Okay.
jig here while I
So
go
right
in the
now, if you start sending super chats of at least $50,000, we can get Haley Lewis to shave her head at the end of the show.